Hey everybody, this is your Chapter 6 practice test. Number 1, p minus 11 equals negative 15. I added 11 to both sides. On the left side of my equation, I isolated the variable, and on the right side of my equation, I balanced the equation. P equals negative 4. Number 2, a plus 1.5 equals 4.2. I subtracted 1.5 on both sides. On the left side, I isolated the variable, and on the right side, I balanced the equation. A equals 2.7. Number 3, x minus 18 equals negative 2. I added 18 to both sides. On the left, I isolated the variable. On the right, I balanced the equation. X equals 16. Number 4, a divided by 3 equals negative 12. I multiplied by 3 on both sides. On the left, I isolated the variable. On the right, I balanced the equation. A equals negative 36. Number 5, negative 5b equals negative 20. I divided by negative 5 on both sides. On the left side, I isolated the variable. On the right side, I balanced the equation. B equals 4. Number 6, 1.5x equals negative 9. I divided both sides by 1.5 to isolate the variable and balance the equation. X equals 6. Number 7, 6 sevenths multiplied by c equals 18. I multiplied by the reciprocal, 7 sixths on both sides of my equation. 7 sixths multiplied by 6 sevenths on the left side isolates the variable by turning it into 1c. And on the right side, I balanced the equation. I multiplied 18 by 7 sixths. I cross simplified the 18 and the 6. So the 18 became a 3. The 6 became a 1. And 3 times 7 is 21. For number 7, c equals 21. Number 8, 0.8, 8 tenths, k equals negative 20. Divide by 0.8 on both sides. The solution is k equals negative 25. Number 9, 7 thirds, x equals 2 thirds. I multiplied both sides by the reciprocal of the coefficient. This was a rational coefficient. The reciprocal of 7 thirds is 3 sevenths. Any number multiplied by its reciprocal equals 1. So 1x. I multiplied by 3 sevenths over here to balance the equation. I cross simplified the 3's. And 2 sevenths is the solution. Number 10, 4x plus 1 equals 9. Subtract 1 on both sides. You'll be left with 4x equals 8. Divide by 4 on both sides. X equals 2 is the solution for number 10. Number 11, 2m minus 5 equals 17. Add 5 to both sides. On the left side, you'll be left with 2m. On the right side, you'll now have 22. Divide both sides by 2. On the left side, you'll have isolated the variable. You'll have just 1m. And on the right side, you'll get the solution m equals 11. Number 12, 8x plus 7 equals negative 9. Subtract 7 on both sides. On the left side, positive 7 and negative 7 are opposites. On the right side, negative 9 and negative 7 make a total of negative 16. Bring down the 8x on the left. 8x equals negative 16. Divide by 8 on both sides, and you'll get x equals negative 2. Number 13, negative 6 multiplied by x plus 4 equals negative 42. Remember, the parentheses changes the order of operations. You cannot do anything with that addition yet. You have to get rid of the coefficient that's outside of the parentheses. So the inverse operation of multiplying by negative 6 is dividing by negative 6 on both sides. You'll be left with, on the left side, the x plus 4, the parentheses are gone. And on the right side, you'll be left with positive 7. Then it is a one-step equation. Subtract 4 on both sides, and the solution is x equals 3. Number 14, multiply by the reciprocal. 3 over 2 on both sides. On the left side, you'll have canceled out the 2 thirds, and you'll just have w plus 5. On the right side, you can do some cross simplifying, and you'll get 6. Now it's a one-step equation. Subtract 5 on both sides, and you'll get the solution, W equals 1. The last problem, number 15, negative 1/2 multiplied by x minus 7 equals 18. You multiply by the reciprocal, negative 2 over 1 on both sides. On the left side of your equation, multiplying by the reciprocal will turn it into 1, because multiplying any number by its reciprocal, the product is always 1. So you'll just be left with 1 x minus 7. On the right side, 18 times negative 2 is negative 36. Then it's a one-step equation. X minus 7 equals negative 36. Do the inverse operation, add by 7 on both sides. Negative 7 and positive 7 are opposites. They make 0. And negative 36 and positive 7, different signs. Keep the one with the greater absolute value and subtract. You get negative 29. The solution for the last problem is x equals negative 29. The summary of the chapter, a solution is a replacement value for a variable that makes a math sentence true. All of the problems you were doing was finding solutions. X equals, Y equals, that's the solution. What number can you put in place of x that would make a true statement, that would make the left side equal the right side? When you were isolating your variable, you were using inverse operations so that you would get the variable by itself, so that you would just have x on one side, okay? Examples of inverse operations: if you were adding 4, you would subtract 4. If you were multiplying by 3, you would divide by 3. If you were multiplying by 2/3, the inverse operation of multiplying by 2/3 is multiplying by the reciprocal, 3 over 2. Very good. Balancing the equation is just making sure that you did that inverse operation to the left side and the right side so that you would keep the equation equal the whole time. That was your Chapter 6 practice test. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Email me, ask me questions. The test is on Tuesday. Make sure you do your best work. Good luck, everybody.